God will not fulfill his desire for you through efforts of your flesh. God's promise in your life, the desire that he has placed within you, it won't be able to flourish until all your fleshly efforts have been removed. In the book of Genesis, Abraham is a very wealthy man. He's loaded with lots of employees, a lot of livestock, and a great collection of silver and gold. But he realizes that he has no one to leave all of his property to. He doesn't have an heir. So a desire begins to form inside of him. He starts to see something. As it develops within his imagination, he vocalizes his desire. He speaks it out. In prayer, he communicates to God. At first, the desire isn't fully formed. Abraham simply asks God what all this wealth is for if he doesn't have an heir. Maybe you've experienced something similar, like a desire has just begun to form in you, but it's not fully clear yet. You know something's there, but it's still taking shape. It needs a little more time in the oven. And God helps Abraham see his vision more clearly. God states, "A son who is your own flesh and blood will be your heir." And then he takes him underneath the canopy of stars and says, "Look up at the sky and count the stars. If indeed you can count them all, so shall your offspring be." Now, Abraham's desire is crystallized. He sees clearly that God is not just planning a single heir, but a son of his own flesh and blood, and then a nation of people. He later finds out that God has special plans to bless the entire earth through these people, Abraham's descendants. Just like us, Abraham sees only part of the entire picture at any given time, but the vision is enough to move him in the right direction. So Abraham believes. And just believing seems to impress God. By the way, God also changes Abraham's name from his original name, which was Abram, which means father of none. And he gives him a new name, Abraham, which means father of many. Well, that further instructs us in the importance of speaking your desire. But as the years go by, Abraham's belief doesn't seem to waver. He does, however, start to get antsy. He wonders if he's doing enough about the situation. By this time, he knows that the vision is important, but he sees that he and his wife, Sarah, are getting older, right? Have you ever felt the gravity of a dream in your life? You've known how important it is, right? To the point that it just feels wrong to sit around and do nothing with it. You're looking around for anything you can do, right? Grasping for ways to bring your dream about. Well, Abraham and Sarah, they take things in their own hands and they develop a solution. Sarah offers Abraham her bondservant Hagar. And Abraham and Hagar have a child together, and Ishmael is born of this effort, right? And Abraham, he supposes that God is going to fulfill the vision through Ishmael. So the next time that God appears on the scene, he promises Abraham again that Abraham is going to have a son. But this time, he states with even more clarity that the son will not be a son of a bondservant, but the son of his wife, Sarah, whom God, by the way, gives the name Sarah at this point, meaning mother of nations. So Abraham begs God to consider Ishmael. In Abraham's mind, it seems like a lot easier to just work with the child that Abraham already has instead of bringing about a whole new child from their now aging bodies. You've probably been in this kind of similar situation. I know I have, where I'm just asking God, can you please just bless my efforts? Right? I've gone through a lot of trouble putting this plan together. You can imagine Abraham working through the mess that he's created. Sarah's mad at me, right? She's jealous of Hagar. Ishmael's wondering about his future and if he's a legitimate heir. Abraham's thinking, I'm 100 years old. This is way too much drama for someone who's 100 years old. Can you just work with what I've already started building? But through Abraham's story, we learn a powerful principle. God will not fulfill his desire for you through fleshly effort. God generously agrees to bless Ishmael, but says that his promise is going to flow through Isaac. From that moment, Ishmael becomes a biblical picture of works of the flesh, and Isaac a picture of God's promise. Later in the story, we see that Ishmael ultimately has to be removed from Abraham's home. And in the same way, you'll find that God's promise in your life, your desires, they won't be able to flourish until all of your fleshly efforts have been removed. I hope this episode has been a benefit to you, and if so, make sure to like it and subscribe so you get more videos just like this one to help you in your success journey. Have a great week, and I'll see you in the next episode. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. You know, great businesses and great leaders are built using effective communication. For more, go to speakingschool.com, grab my Elite Business Success Toolkit for free just for trying out our Speaking School membership. That's speakingschool.com. See you next time.